This is Henry Chamberlain. My guest today is actor, writer, entrepreneur Greg Cipes. He is known, among other things, for Beast Boy, the voice of Beast Boy on Teen Titans on Cartoon Network, and Michelangelo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's a founding member of Bright Moments DAO, which is getting closer to what we'll be talking about mostly. And of course, you're the force behind NFTV. And well, first of all, thank you for doing this interview.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you.
Now, there's so many things to unpack. There's like three major things we could chat about: crypto, cartoons, and cannabis. Those are very interesting topics. We could start with NFTV. How did it begin? What are your plans for it? Whatever you'd like to say as a jumping off.
Sure. Well, first off, I've always understood that what people hear and see is how their minds work, which therefore creates a reality. So I felt that having the ability to have a community that's actually owned by the people for the people would make Earth a better place for all of us. So my desire to start a TV network has been going on a long time, and this is my my most recent incarnation of the attempt to develop something that actually does catch on. And I feel like because of blockchain technology, it's actually starting to work to actually have a TV network that would be for the people, by the people. The people would own the content, vote on the content that would be on there, and basically vote on every single thing having to do with the network. So until blockchain technology showed up in my life, I didn't know anything about how to really make it truly a community-based TV network. And all of a sudden, NFTs showed up, and I was like, wow, this is the missing piece.
Yeah.
And for me, my desire also is in freedom. I want people to have freedom to express themselves. I don't like censorship. And I think all of the things that blockchain technology provides in NFTs, and my desire for that kind of creates a TV network that personifies these things where it's all going to be voted by the people, nobody else.
Well, I cover a lot of pop culture, specifically comics, cartoons, and I love anything that's offbeat or lifestyle stuff or new trends. So this fits right in with the stuff I'm into. And I would say to folks that are still new to NFTs, because you're still in an early adapter phase. I guess you're still educating a lot of people. Even it doesn't matter what age. A lot of people just don't know that much about NFTs. Wouldn't that be right?
Yeah, most people don't know about NFTs, and I think it's actually a new language that you have to learn. And it's really important to learn from the correct people. But nonetheless, check everything out. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of rug pulls and stuff that really is not worth it getting involved in your time or your money. So that's why I wanted to create something that actually would be worth it, which NFTV is something that actually creates a tremendous amount of value and utility for the holder of the NFT, because as an NFT holder of NFTV, you actually have the ability to submit content, vote on the content, and earn ERC20 airtime tokens for watching. But essentially, you get a lot with being a part of the NFTV DAO is what it is. And a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. And other than NFTV, there's not many other NFT projects personally that I actually believe in anymore. I learned a lot. I've supported quite a few NFTs, and I've learned a bunch about what works and what doesn't. And in the end, there's not really a lot of projects out there that are really worthwhile getting behind or owning their NFT. But NFTV is actually something that the people who own it get to really own the network and everything that happens with it.
Well, that's super exciting, and it means a lot because this is so new. I just read an article in Super Rare about the NFT phenomena, and it's only a month old. I mean, this is still so new. It's within the last 2 years, this has taken off. And,
yeah.
And it sounds to me like this wouldn't you say that this is a great place to begin for people who are new to jump into what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I think NFTV provides a place for beginners to be able to jump in, learn. It's an educational space. It's a real community that we're building and starting, and it's also empowering because you're not just buying some kind of like JPEG, aka NFT, essentially, that you really get nothing from it other than maybe a cool JPEG. This actually does provide a tremendous opportunity for the holder of the NFT to steer and participate in making something from the ground up. Like NFTV is in its early stages, really early right now. Once we make the NFT available that allows you to be an NFT producer, essentially, you're starting from the ground up with us. You get to make all the decisions with us. You get to learn while we learn. It's really special.
Now, Bright Moments is something that's more established. It's had time to develop. Would you suggest to somebody maybe they'd want to buy a crypto citizen token as a beginning, or?
I would actually recommend. I'm on the phone, baby. I do like those. I would recommend learning a lot before you buy any token, any NFT, even crypto citizens. I would wait before you buy anything. So NFTV is going to be very educational, where people can learn if they should buy a crypto citizen or not, and why. I don't want anybody to spend money they don't have or waste money that they think they're gonna make a whole bunch of money on. Nothing is for sure.
Yeah.
That's why NFTV provides an opportunity for people to actually build something together, whereas a lot of other projects are not that.
Wow, well, that's so authentic, and that really just blows me away. And the little bits of pieces I've seen on YouTube of you, you come across as a very authentic person, a very spiritual person. And it just comes through. I think that just.
Well, thank you. I mean, I feel like in this space, people are being taken advantage of way too much just because of their lack of education. And I want to educate people, and I don't want people to buy stuff that's going to be worthless just because they think it's cool right now. I think it's really important, especially in this time where money is kind of harder and harder to come by unless you're an elite, oligarch, billionaire kind of person, which is I think it's really hard to be that person in general. I wouldn't even recommend being that person. But essentially, unless you're super loaded, you don't care about money, I'd be very careful getting into the NFT space. And again, NFTV is something different, though. There's nothing like it. It really, and even to get into being a part of NFTV is going to be barely any money at all. Like to buy the NFT is going to be like $100 or something like that. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be really low to get the NFT. To join and be an NFTV producer and have the ability to submit content and vote on the content and earn ERC20 tokens, which gives you the ability to get merchandise and the ability to basically buy the NFTs on the network. See, the network is all on chain, so every piece of content that you're watching is owned by the actual NFT, the creator of the actual content. So every piece of content is an NFT, and it's owned by the creator. And NFTV only splits the residual, the artist portion, the residual, which is basically 10%. So 5% goes to NFTV, and 95% goes to the NFT holder.
Well, it can't get any better.
That might be confusing for somebody to hear. I'll say it again. So, for instance, you create this podcast, right? And it's chosen to be on NFTV by the DAO, and all the DAO members are the people that hold these NFTV producer cards. So we choose this podcast to be on. We would say, okay, great, you've been chosen. You submitted it as an NFTV producer by holding the NFTV producer card. So this content is then voted on. We chose it, and then we would say, okay, we're making this into an NFT. We're going to air it on our network, but you own the NFT.
I see.
We mint it. We send you the NFT. You own it, and we just split we take 5%. You take 95%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the more I read about it, it all comes down to the DAO, the tokens, the even the art is secondary to community. You want to you're engaging with people. You're building a community. Am I right?
Yeah, and this is all about community for me. I feel like this is an opportunity for people to own the new MTV or own the new Adult Swim, and especially for the younger generation that are really hyped up about NFTs. This is an opportunity for the Generation Z kids to actually have their own TV network, and the people that are like us, who are the eternal youth, to have an opportunity to be a part of something that's fresh and new and a real community from the ground up.
Oh yeah. And then for people that are in your neighborhood, I'd just be so fascinated. I haven't been to Venice Beach in so long. Can you give us like a flavor of what it's like? Because you've got the Venice Beach at the NFTV art gallery, don't you? There.
Well, there's the cool thing about Bright Moments definitely was a part of helping to hold space for me to do stuff. But NFTV is its own DAO, and we will be a part of all kinds of galleries around the world, essentially.
Yeah. But and you do have that local stuff going on. You have events going on.
Yeah, every week I'm teaching an improv Cryptoons Day where I help to create characters, whether it's a crypto citizen character or any kind of NFT cartoon character you may have. I help bring it to life. Right now I'm actually starting a whole new project with Andy Melanakis, which I'm really excited about. So that's coming, a whole new cartoon. And that's this is a lot going on, but essentially my main goal is to create a platform and a TV network that's for the people, by the people, and there'll be a virtual gallery that you can go into as the NFT holder, which will allow you to watch to earn ERC20 tokens, airtime tokens, which give you the ability to buy the NFTs that you're watching, or to cash in for the merch as well, which is cool.
Yeah, so I'm so glad that you said educate yourself. So the number one thing, educate yourself and slowly get into it. Once you're into it, you get hooked. I can imagine. I have yet to do it myself, but I'm getting closer and closer to doing it.
Yeah, well, hopefully NFTV will be your first one.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, there's other questions I could ask you, like how you got into show business, and you're talking on CB radio, and all those questions you've been asked a million times. But is there maybe some little wrinkle of that you could tell us that maybe you haven't said a million times? I bet it was a lot of fun making those prank calls.
Yeah, I got into making cartoons voices by being a prank caller. I grew up in Disney World. I've been to Disney World 1,000 times.
Oh, wow.
And Mickey Mouse kind of like raised me in a way. Those characters helped raise me, because I have 9 brothers and sisters, and Dad would just drive up with his camper and let us all go loose in the park, and he'd say, see you at 11 o'clock tonight. Go have fun.
Oh, wow.
And so I just grew up roaming all the Disney World parks, and it was a great place to be inspired to make cartoons and to make this TV network even comes from those early days.
Could you feel that was your future, even as a little kid, that that was going to be your future, being part of that?
I feel like it was. It's always been a desire to make television, movies, cartoons, and music. And when I got into network television, as far as having big hit shows on TV like Teen Titans Go and Teen Titans and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and etc., I learned so much of how these big networks work from every angle. So I learned how a TV network runs. So I know the ins and outs of every element of how a TV network runs, which I think is a very rare trait to have. So in conjunction with all the other stuff I've grown up with, it kind of puts me in a unique position to do it.
And you're a people person too.
Yeah, and I'm a tech guy now.
Well, you got it all. Well, I appreciate that you're a very big deal, and I know you're very busy, so I won't keep you for much longer. Just I know that you're onto something. I can feel it, and I'm sure that's going to resonate with the people who listen to this and who read the article.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and let's stay in touch.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to visit you on Venice Beach. That would be great.
There's one more thing. Yeah, you definitely come through. There's one more thing I'd love to share, though. One thing that I'm most passionate about next to NFTV as far as Web3 goes, and just in general, is I have a project called Dog Blessed. And Dog Blessed is my charitable organization that pays for people in need. It pays for their dog adoption fees, it pays for their dog food, and it pays the human to take care of the dog.
Oh.
So that's a new NFT PFP project that is on OpenSea right now called Dog Blessed.
Dog Blessed.
Yeah, so all the proceeds go to paying for people in need, their dog adoption fees, their dog food for the dog, and then actually pays the human to be trained to also take care of the dog.
Oh, that is so valuable. I was aware of that. Thank you for catching me and making sure we put that in. And I know that just training a dog, you have to be mindful that it's a being. So you don't train a dog. It's you. Well, I don't know what words you would use because
I think the word I was using is train the human.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm training the human to be able to serve the dog.
Exactly.
Because dogs, to me, are the highest forms of life on the planet.
Yeah.
All the greatest qualities in the universe are in dogs: patience, compassion, loyalty, beauty, innocence, playfulness, rascality, on and on and on. Dogs are God in pure presence. So, Dog Blessed will actually be something that will be on NFTV as well. It'll become its own little mini series kind of thing where you see the proceeds of the organization's works, kind of like in a docu-series kind of thing, where you're seeing the person going to adopt the dog, and then the dog food being given to the dog that people are paying for by buying these NFTs, and also training the human to serve the dog. So it's something I'm just starting, so it's in its early stages, but we've already paid for quite a few dog adoption fees, which is really cool.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a perfect way to end the interview. Just thank you so much. Thank you so much, Greg.
Yeah, my pleasure.